So, hi everyone. So, last session we started with the topic. So, students who are attending their today's session as first session, you can collect the videos of the completed sessions, and you can go through those introduction videos. Till now, we just have completed basics, and yesterday we started with a topic called features of C#.NET. And yesterday we discussed completely about platform independent. Platform independent. In this, I explained first we have discussed about what is platform independent. After that, I've explained what is the process of compilation of the code. Code compilation execution process I've explained. And after that, we have discussed about what is reverse engineering in .NET. All three we discussed with architectures, right? So quite quick, I'll just show you them what we have studied yesterday. Just see the architectures of what we have studied. One was platform independent. File open. 9 PM here. Platform independent. This is one architecture. Yesterday we covered about platform independent. Okay. Second, the way code gets compiled and executed. Compilation execution process. Yesterday I explained you this process. And after that, we discussed about what is reverse engineering in .NET. In these two APIs we have come across to study. One is ILDASM and ILASM. Two APIs. Okay. Today, we are going to learn our second feature that is called language independent. Right. Now, especially when I use this word language independent, in what you brief overview, I'm just talking, like what you can do is, you can say like this: .NET application logic, okay, can be developed in .NET application logic can be developed in any .NET framework compatible language. You know, like, for example, even today I'm saying, whenever we develop a project in .NET, not necessary, that the total project has to be developed only in a particular, language. No, not necessary. It may happen like this. It may happen that few developers may be aware of C#.NET. Few developers may be good in VB.NET. So you can make your application developed in combination. You understand? In any .NET framework compatible language. I'm not saying that it should be only in C#, only in VB. No. You understand? So what did I say? .NET application logic can be developed in any .NET framework compatible language. That is the reason it is called. Hence, it is called what? Language independent. And if you compare, today we have approximate of 60 plus languages we have. Languages supporting what? .NET framework. 60 plus languages are there. Today we find supporting all of them, supporting for what? .NET framework. And in that 60 plus languages, Microsoft developed languages are only 4. Okay. Microsoft developed languages. What are they? Visual C#.NET 1. Visual Basic.NET. That is what we call VB.NET. Visual C++.NET. Visual F#.NET. Yes, these are all Microsoft developed languages. What about others? Remaining all are third-party languages, means developed by some other companies. And we got a very big list here, like 60 plus now, 60 plus. 4 only I listed of Microsoft. You understand? Now I'll make a list of all the other languages. One among them is Perl.net 1. Right? One more we have. One more. Python.net. One more is there. Pascal.net. Pascal.net. One more we have. APL.net. We have one more. COBOL.net. We have one more. Eiffel.net. We have one more. Haskell.net. We have one more by name called Smalltalk.net. We have one more called PHP.net. PHP.net. We have one more by name called Oberon.net. Oberon.net. You have one more JSharp.net. You understand? Like this, etc. These all are third-party languages. All are supporting .NET framework. These all languages are .NET framework compatible language. If someone who is aware of Python, they can use Python.NET to develop .NET application. .NET application they can develop using what? Python. If someone who is aware of Perl, they can use Perl.NET to develop that logic. You understand? Whichever you are familiar, you can use that particular language. That is called language independent. Yesterday I said you very clearly. First 3 features we have quite detailed to discuss. And remaining features, I said we just make a list of them. And at this stage, we cannot understand them. We'll learn them as and when we progress into subject. Okay? Fine. All are clear with this feature? Siddharth, Avinash, Omkar, everyone in the batch.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay. Salman, what about you? You're clear with this?
Yes, sir. This is okay. Sir, study one question I had.
Okay.
Regarding this, when you have informed, when you have educate us like C# and VB.NET language, once you compile it, go to CIL. And CIL we call as a MSIL or bytecodes. But CIL you said as this is a no OS understanding. Means
yes,
no
obviously.
OS.
Understand
no
that.
OS
Understand that.
code.
Yes.
But in the next graph, you are saying that will be CLR, Windows will understand and Linux will mono CLR, Windows, Microsoft Windows and mono CLR, Linux will understand.
For Linux.
So how they understand in the previous step?
That is what I said. No? CIL code, no operating system. If you give this CIL code like this, let me just show you. CIL code directly I'm giving to OS. This CIL code directly I'm giving to Linux. They don't understand.
Okay.
For that reason, what we have done now is we are not giving, because we know CIL code is such a code, no operating system understand. For that reason, we are taking support of this CIL code you are giving to CLR. And CLR is taking responsibility to make OS understand.
Then after you said the CIL code make the .NET platform independent.
One second. Then CIL code we are giving to mono CLR, and mono CLR is making Linux to understand. Now you say me, CLRs are different now. This CLR is for Windows, mono CLR is for Linux. So simple to understand now. Mono CLR, can I use on Windows? Answer is no.
No.
Can I use Windows CLR on Linux? Answer is no. Both
No.
are not used. Then what I said is, both are different CLRs only, but both of them are converting same CIL code only now.
Correct.
CIL code is same only.
Correct.
CIL code is common now for both of them. So who is
Correct.
making application platform independent? CIL code. We are giving to respective CLRs. They are converting to respective operating systems. My point is, who is converting? I'm not bothered. My point is, what is converting? That is important for me.
Correct, sir.
What is
Now I
converting
understood.
is CIL code is converting. You're converting CIL code to whom? Windows also, Linux also. Same CIL code, it's working in both platforms. That is the reason I mentioned the CIL code here. Last point here I mentioned. CIL code makes .NET application platform independent. Okay. Right. Now we are going to.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
right.
Clear.
Right. Now we are going to learn third feature, quite most important again. That is called language interoperability. Yes. Language interoperability. See, what exactly the definition of language interoperability describes is, listen, it is a concept of developing .NET application with the help of more than one .NET language. Understand clearly, please. What did I say? Developing .NET application with the help of what? More than one .NET language. Right. Now, let me explain you. Say, for example, right now, in our batch, we got around 4 plus 4, 8 participants are there. Okay. Host is me, last is our companies. Okay. Leave both of them. Leave. So I'm talking about 4 participants. Right. Okay. Just see here once. What I would do here. Just 1 second. Annotate. Here. What I would say, this like this I connect here. It's not drawing here on this. Okay, anyways. Okay, anyways, let me just conclude like this. See, first four participants like Avinash, Omkar, Pooja, and Shashank. These four are like, say, developers. They make one team. And remaining, Salman, Siddharth, Srividya, and Sushma, they make one team. Okay. Now listen carefully, please. 4 people are aware of C#.NET. The remaining 4 are aware of VB.NET. Okay. Remaining 4 are aware of VB.NET. Now, what I want, say, for example, we all are working in one company. Okay. But languages to which you people are familiar is different. Like first 4 are C#, last 4 are what? VB. Now, interesting thing is, we got a project to be developed in .NET. You understand? And company wants to develop the project in .NET and little fast. Time duration should not take more time to develop the project. So at that time, what company will do? Company will involve people who are aware of C#. Company will involve even people who are aware of VB. And they'll say some part of the project, first 4 participants will develop in C#. Some part of the project, last 4 participants will develop in VB. The other 4 will develop in VB. What is happening? One project, portion of project is in C#, part of project is in VB. Important is for me to complete the task. Where am I writing? That should not bother you. where you are writing should not bother you. Which language may we are developing, that is not that is not the work of client now. Client only should see that project is working or not. How many languages are used in it, who developed which application, which part of application in which language, immaterial. He wants something to develop that should be that is successfully working or not. He should be bothered on that particular point. Read the sentence. Now you read the sentence. What did I say? It is a concept of developing .NET application with the help of what? More than one .NET language. Is it not that you feel like you're talking about like something, something you can say like some program, one program is developed. I'll give you one simple idea. That would be best. I'll give you an idea. See, with this you can understand. Say, for example, here, C#.NET language. Okay. Language. On the other end, VB.NET language. Okay, two things are there. Language, right? Okay, now interesting thing is in C#.NET, you got to write one program. In VB.NET, you have written one program. Okay, let me write that you have written program. In which language? C#. Here also you wrote a program in VB.NET. So one program is in C#, one program is in what? VB. Okay. And now listen carefully. Languages are different now. Languages are different, obviously. So for that reason, remember one thing. In C#, when you're writing a program, you got some different data types to handle your data. I'm giving you an example. In C#.NET, we have one data type called int for representing integer values. And in VB.NET, when you're writing a program, obviously different language, though Microsoft developed, but languages are different. So obviously data types also differ here. So in VB.NET, same integer representation in VB.NET, we give with the support of integer like this. Like this. You understand? Now question that comes is, obviously, say this C#.NET language being used by 4 participants, this VB.NET being used by 4 developers. 4 developers on left, 4 developers on right. Obviously, when they are developing this program for one project, situation may arise now. Like sometimes C#.NET code requires VB.NET support and VB.NET code requires C#.NET support. You want to have, that is what you call cross language integration. Cross language. You want to execute C# code from VB and VB code from C#. Now, simple to analyze. If I give this program which you developed in C# directly, if you give to VB, definitely VB will ask you. VB doesn't know anything about int. VB will ask you, what is int? No, not allowed. Direct you don't give. VB will not understand about int. VB knows about integer. VB doesn't know about int. If you're directly giving int to VB.NET, definitely VB.NET questions us. Int is something which you don't understand. Int can get understand only by C#.NET compiler. If you are asking VB.NET compiler to understand it, it cannot understand. Exactly same situation. Now, if you give integer, means VB.NET program directly to C#.NET, same question. When VB cannot understand, how C# will understand? C#.NET knows about int. C#.NET doesn't know about integer. C#.NET will ask us now, what is integer? Which C# is not aware. Then how do you execute them when they are not aware of this respective? For that reason only, remember, direct we don't give. Then what will you do? We link them like this. We give int, and we give this integer. We give this integer to whom? To one data type. To one data type. Yes. I'll write what is it? What is the data type? And why we require that data type. Everything I'll explain now. Just wait here. Okay. Now, see the connection. Int, if I give directly to VB.NET, I already said VB cannot understand. Integer, if you give to C#, C# cannot understand. For that reason, what Microsoft has created is one root. It has created one root. Microsoft says, int, you want to make VB understand? Okay, so do one thing. They created one special data type. Special data type. What is the data type? What is the data type? That is called system.int32. Yes. System.int32. What is this? This is what you call what? CTS, common type system. Common. It means connection goes like this. Int, you give to system.int32, and system.int32 links to integer. And you give integer to system.int32. System.int32 links to integer. Because it is integer, I'm saying this. Because it is integer. If it is some other data type, other things are available. Yes, Srividya, you're unmute. You have any questions to ask me?
Yes,
Go for it.
I'm so sorry for
No
interrupting
problem, no
you.
problem, no problem. Go ahead, please. No.
This is my first class. Can you please explain about that C#.NET and I need the difference C#.NET and VB.NET.
No. We didn't cover anything related to this. It's only about types of languages I covered. Only considering
Huh?
that I'm explaining. We didn't study anything about these two.
No. This is my first class. I don't know anything about C#. So my brother suggested me to take this class. So I'm thinking you mentioned in that normal in chat, it's a C# with ASP.NET, right?
Yes.
But what's the may know the difference C#.NET, VB.NET and ASP.NET? Just give me two points.
Okay, fine. So listen. So just wait for 5 minutes, other participant, just 5 minutes. Let me just explain her what is the story behind all these things. Then I'll continue with this point. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, just focus on this point. We are at this topic. Okay. Other
Okay,
participants,
sure.
we are at this language interoperability. Okay. Listen.
Yeah,
now.
sure. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, listen. Actually, the point what we have is, Microsoft has developed, okay, two things. One is languages, and second is technology. Two things. along with Microsoft under .NET, we are made available with two things. One part I'm calling it as languages. Another part I'm calling as what? Technology. Under languages, Microsoft has made C#.NET, one language, VB.NET, one language, VC++.NET, one language, F#.NET, one language, 4. Okay. Among these four, these two are little complex. These two. No IT industry, no IT company prefers to develop applications in VC++.NET and F#.NET. Why? Because they are syntactically, working-wise, there's lengthy things are there, confusion things are there. So in IT industry, maximum companies prefer to develop applications either using C# or using VB.NET. And in these two also, maximum companies prefer to go with C#.NET because syntax-wise, working-wise, understanding point of view, things are little easy. VB.NET also sometimes go with little complex, little. C#.NET is much easier, much faster to develop application than VB.NET. So I rather say that 70% companies prefer, 70 to 80 companies prefer to go with C#, and still 20 to 30% companies are still developing applications using VB.NET. So you can understand with this ratio that more companies prefer to go with what? C#.NET. Right?
Okay.
Now, using this C#.NET and VB.NET, what would you do? Yes, now answer. We are going to learn what? How to develop what? Two types of applications. Two types. Develop what? Two types of applications. Two types. And what are those two types of applications? I'll write now. Here it includes one you call console-based applications, and second, window-based application. That is what you call desktop applications. Console-based applications and window-based applications. Two types of applications. And now simple to understand. Simple. Under window-based applications, Microsoft made two types of developments again. Under this, two types. What are they? One is called control APIs. One they refer drawing APIs. Two things are there. Two things under window-based. Console-based may no classification, but window-based have got two types: control APIs and drawing APIs. Okay, that is all about C# and VB. Technology, when I say, remember, under technology, Microsoft has introduced ASP.NET. ASP.NET. And what for it is used? It is used to develop web applications. ASP.NET used for what? Developing web applications. And before ASP.NET, Microsoft used to provide one more ASP that was called by name Classic ASP. And at that time, we used to face a lot of problem in developing applications. So then Microsoft introduced ASP.NET. And after learning ASP, ASP.NET, Microsoft introduced one more framework in ASP.NET. That is what you call ASP.NET MVC framework. And then extension to this today, we are using .NET Core. Finally, this is our destination. This is our target.
Okay. So for VB.NET language, we'll use ASP.NET technology also?
No, actually, there's a connection. There's a connection.
Okay.
You missed my introduction classes. Actually, I said all these things. Let me just give you overview now. See, this is what we have a point. To learn C#.NET and VB.NET, there is no prerequisite. Direct as a beginner, you can learn C#.NET individually, VB.NET you can learn individually. I'm not saying that compulsory you should know C language, you should know C++ to learn C#. No, I'm not saying that. You are not aware of, you are not familiar with any programming language, then also you can learn C#.NET, VB.NET directly. Because when I start my practicals on this concept of C# and VB, that would be right from scratch.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay, that is one point. Okay, that is one point. Second point I'm saying. Second. Now point is, for C#.NET, VB.NET, there is no prerequisite, I said. But to learn ASP.NET, compulsory, you should have knowledge of one language. Compulsory.
Okay.
So this is connected, you can say. ASP.NET has a connection with VB and C#. Any one language, compulsory. Without it, people say, I've seen such type of people also in my experience. This one, I'm sharing my experience. Okay, people have come to me saying that we don't have knowledge of C#, VB. Can we learn ASP.NET? Because one of like friends like the connection they create and say that so and so person got job without having knowledge of C#, VB. He's doing job on ASP. See, you cannot take 1-2 examples of that and you feel that everyone will have the same process. See, when you start developing ASP.NET, when you start learning ASP.NET, introduction itself, you start developing your project in ASP.NET, start itself, it says, select the language first.
Okay.
Select the language. Then you should select either C# or VB. After selecting the language only, it will allow you to get into ASP.NET. So it means to learn ASP.NET, what is prerequisite? One language compulsory. Which language? Either C# or VB.
Okay.
And this is what my point is. If you learn C#.NET thoroughly, perfectly, if you learn C#.NET, hardly, believe me, I mean, my experience, I mean, hardly one day enough, one session or 2 sessions, more than enough, 2 or 2, that is also more, I'm saying, 2 hours more than enough. Comparison we can learn of VB.NET. Comparison. What is there in C#, what is happening in VB. Just compare and complete off. It becomes that simple.
So is that relate? You said ASP.NET is like a web application, right? So is that related
Web
to
application,
Java?
yes. Yeah, Java, not completely Java. Java mein part.
Okay, but because in Java we'll use for web application like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right?
No. ऐसे नहीं बोलना है. That is wrong. See, I'll say you this.
Uh-huh.
To learn ASP.NET, there is one prerequisite. As language compulsory, I said, no? Language
Yes.
compulsory. C# or VB compulsory, I said, no? Compulsory, mandatory it is. Along with that, to learn ASP.NET, if you are a beginner, if you are new to the .NET, it becomes a rule that you should have knowledge on UI technologies. This also becomes prerequisite for ASP.NET.
Okay.
And what is that? Here we talk about HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Yes. After that, we'll go to ASP.NET. And when our target is ASP.NET, because we are going to join into any IT company as a web developer, not as web designer. So you should have only basic knowledge. If you have idea about HTML, enough.
Okay.
We don't waste time learning it. If your aim is to join as a web designer, then you should join for a course called UI Technologies, where in that UI Technologies, they cover in-depth of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And after that, they talk about Bootstrap, jQuery, everything they'll cover. And that would be a course duration of around 6 months. In-depth, they'll teach, in-depth. Now, I won't waste my time discussing HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML, I'll just give you overview. Some important tags I'll cover. CSS, some important formatting tags I'll show you. JavaScript, we'll spend some time because it is programming. What programming? Yeah, this is for designing. This is for formatting. This is for client-side coding. And ASP.NET is for server-side coding. ASP.NET. For what? Server-side coding. Yes. And 100% I'm saying we don't waste time at all on discussing HTML, CSS, JavaScript. We'll just give you overview, important areas I'll touch. Lot of things Microsoft made available in ASP.NET to learn. So we'll focus on that area a lot. Comfortable?
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Right. So come back. So I was talking on this architecture. So what did I say? Important language. This feature I'm talking to is language interoperability. It means what? It means what? Developing a .NET application or project with the help of more than one .NET language. So I said one example that C#.NET may you wrote one program, VB.NET may you wrote one program, C# doesn't know anything about VB, VB doesn't know anything about C#. Then how will you exchange between these two? How do you exchange the program between these two languages? How you make C# understand about VB, and how you explain VB about C#. For that reason, we are made available. Okay, C# we made available and VB we made available with what? The connection. How? CTS. Microsoft introduced special data types. Special. This will be a separate topic I'm going to discuss practically in my coming classes. For every data type, there is one CTS. Acha, what is CTS? Remember, CTS is one of the components available in CLR. CTS is one of the components available in what? CLR, Common Language Runtime. What is CTS? Common Type System. Now, who is taking responsibility here to exchange between C# and VB? CTS is taking. Not only C# VB, because I'm talking about these two languages that we use in real time. For that reason, I'm using C# VB. Otherwise, that all 60+ languages are there, no? 60+, VC++, F#, other languages. For everyone, CTS is common type system. Microsoft developed something you can call them as neutral data types. Neutral data types. CTS is neutral. And what is that? Int 32? 32 is 32 bits. Because in C# and VB, int data type reserves memory of 4 bytes. 4 bytes. 1 byte, 8 bits. 4 byte, 32 bits. For that reason, that is int 32. And system is something, okay, I won't explain that. Just remember that is one name. System.int30. Coming classes, I'll explain you that actually called as namespace. We don't know about that. So in this example, now can you say me who is making C# to invoke VB code and VB code? Who is asking C# to invoke? Who is allowing you to do this process? So I can say now, this will allow C#.NET to invoke VB.NET code and vice versa. Reverse also possible. Hence, language interoperability has become possible in .NET. That's it. Simple conclusion. Because of CTS. Because of CTS. Someone developed program in C#, and if I'm in need of, if I'm a VB developer, if I need that program to use it. You use it. CTS, internal CTS will take care of. You use it directly. Okay. Everyone clear? Yes, go ahead. You have any questions to ask me? Go ahead.
Sir, the VB.NET and shop.net, it can be used at page level, or it's at the project level, or it is at a particular module level.
No.
Because what I am thinking, suppose we have developed on a small program like employee. So if we are developing one page in C#.NET, other page we develop in VB.NET. So we cannot in the same solution. So we cannot run this application.
No.
Who
said you this? No. Possible. We can. 100% I'm saying 100% possible.
We become
listen, direct you can't. Direct technique they didn't give. You got another process to do that. You got another process. And what is that other process? For that, they have given us some configuration process to deal with.
So it will be another extra
configuration. You have to configure them. That is the reason ASP.NET they gave one configuration file. C#.NET they gave one configuration file. If you're trying to develop web pages, one web page in C#, one web page in VB, some pages in C#, some pages in VB, then you have to link them directly. If you try to execute them, no, definitely it will not happen. For that reason, you have to configure them properly. Where do you configure? VB ASP.NET provides web.config file in the project. That web.config you're supposed to use, and in that you can configure. You understand? That is how the things are made available. Okay, Salman?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Still anything is confusing, please go ahead. Declared, used, and manage at runtime. That is how you define CTS. Everyone is clear with this? Yes. 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 Everyone is clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Fourth. Now from here, I'll just write the features. We don't study them now because they are all connected with other topics. Okay. One, supports all OOPS concepts. One. Supports what? All OOPS concepts. Right. So when I start object-oriented programming in our batch, I'll explain it. Nothing to worry on it. And one more. Supports to work with database programming. Yes, ADO.NET. Here you should have knowledge of one database as well. ADO.NET. Now, under ADO.NET, I'll be covering 3 modules. ADO.NET connected model. Second, ADO.NET disconnected model. And then ADO.NET, you call it as entity framework. Better I write. Entity framework. That is called EDM. Entity data model. Entity framework or entity data model. 3 modules will cover in ADO.NET. Okay. And one more thing we have is supports to develop. Just now I said that point in the introduction part, like different types of application. Just now I said, what applications? Console-based applications, window-based applications, web applications, mobile applications, all .NET will support. All. But different tools are not like, it's not like I'm saying C# will do all. No, I said .NET will support to develop different types of applications. 7, we have one more. Supports to develop something called background processes with the help of what? Windows services. Separate topic it is. Windows services. And we have another, supports to develop 3-tier architecture. This one, ADO.NET, is 2-tier architecture, or you call 2-layered architecture. And how do you do this? With the help of distributed programming. When I start the topic, I'll explain it. Just remember this. Just theoretical I'm writing. I'm not explaining anything about it now. 9, supports to work with multi-threading. And last, we have that even C# supports to work with WPF, Windows Presentation Foundation. That's it. These are the features. Starting 3 requires at introduction classes. So I covered all those remaining features from 4th to 10th. I just listed them. I haven't explained you any feature, just written as theoretical points. You have to wait till I start those topics. Whenever I start those topics, at that time I'll explain you in detail about them. Okay, fine. One or two more session, hardly one session more we require, where I'm going to talk theory. After that, we are into completely practicals. Okay. Yeah. Any questions you have? You please go ahead. Sushma, anything you want to ask me? You're clear with everything?
No. I have one doubt.
Yeah,
In
go for
language
it.
ability, you said CTS is invoked between
Hmm.
the both languages
Yes.
to one.
Huh.
If in case that one language has some special characters or special databases that is not present in the another language, how
No,
can
no,
CTS
no.
work?
One point is that CTS work is to take care of only data types. Only
Okay,
data types.
only data types.
The term, no, name is what? Common type system.
Okay.
Data type.
Okay.
Operator support will be common only. Operator support will be common. Differs, things, differentiates in data types. You understand?
Yeah, it's clear.
Oh, right. Avinash, what about you? You're clear, Avinash, everything? Any questions here?
No, sir. Yes, I'm clear.
Clear? Okay, okay. Omkar?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. Pooja?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, Pooja and Sri Vidya, you're attending your session, that's first session today. I would suggest you to collect the videos of my previous 3 or 4 sessions, which I completed. You collect the videos from the management. They'll give you access to those videos. You go through those videos so that, easily you can understand the subject.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And one more thing, you
Yeah.
guys will provide like saved videos?
No. Currently this video is in recording now. Our class videos only will be shared.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
asking that class videos only, not
Yeah.
demo classes.
No, not demo class. I mean to say, current session, which daily sessions are recorded, the same videos will be shared. It's not like other batch videos will be shared with you. No, our batch
Yeah,
videos,
okay.
our class session videos only will be shared with you.
Yeah, because sometimes I have class that like a college, that's why I'm
Okay, so
asking.
no problem. That you
Yeah.
talk to management, they'll give you access to the videos. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sure. Okay.
Fine. Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. Siddharth Singh, are you clear on everything? You're comfortable?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Right. Salman.
Yes, sir. It is okay. Need to revise it
Yeah.
again
Yes, no
because
problem.
it is going out of memory. So
Yeah. Just what you require. This is theory, no? Theory. Because important. I said you first 3 features, top features of .NET. Nothing you can ignore from it. So you go through my video again and again, until you don't feel confident of every point that which I discussed in it.
sometimes like feeling that okay, I